for this match against Phoenix, one player that we're hoping has a big impact for Orange County is OCSC defender Vuk Latinovich. Vuk, welcome to the show.
Hi everyone.
First of all, thank you for taking some time to come speak with us and join us on here. Let me ask you this question. Being a player that isn't part of the roster officially to start the season, sort of coming in after a match or two and getting your opportunity, how does it impact you or a player in prepping? Obviously, if you come into the training camp, you get a whole training camp to really figure things out and work things out. But when you get thrown in sort of after the start of the season, does that change your mentality, your prep for your joining the new team?
It just required me to get as familiar as possible with all the players, staff, and tactics that the coach likes to use, and just acclimate as quickly as possible to contribute, to be ready to contribute to the team.
And you got thrown in there. You got thrown into the fire, the deep end of the pool, whatever analogy we want to use there. I mean, you came, you signed, and you're right into there playing in matches, playing big minutes for this team, being an important piece of the defense, which I know a lot of the fans entering the season, that was the concern is we have Tom Brewitt, we have a couple, Ryan Dogman and Grayson Duty, and we don't know really what else we have there. So you got signed, you got thrown into that fire. How has that transition been for you? Have you gelled well with your teammates? Has there been anything that's been a struggle for you to sort of figure it out?
Yeah, I think just getting to know guys on a personal level takes time as well. But in terms of playing and getting used to how other guys play, I feel like I've gotten used to other players' tendencies and have a better idea of what works for some players, what doesn't on our team. But like you guys said, we've been harping on it. We've just been trying to do our best to get a clean sheet on defense, because that would help everyone in the team a lot.
Yeah, the clean sheet, I think, is what a lot of people, I'm sure, as much as the fans want to see a clean sheet, I'm sure you all, especially you as a defensive player, I mean, that's something you're wanting to see so badly, because I think it'll prove that this team can do that. And I think we all hope that that'll come. How frustrating has it been that the team hasn't been able to get a clean sheet yet in 2025?
As a defender, yeah, it is frustrating, but we can't blow over. There's still so much left to play in the season, so we're doing our best to stay positive, and we know we have the quality to do it. It's just about fine details and focusing on limiting mistakes, because we've been creating chances as well, and we've been doing, I feel like, a much better job. So it's about, on defense, the next step is keeping a clean sheet, combining that, keeping a clean sheet and scoring goals on the other end. It sounds simple, but yeah, that's our goal right now. To keep a clean sheet and to get a victory on the road would be huge for the team.
Yeah, and I'm going to hog one more question before I hand it off to my co-hosts here. Let me just talk a little bit about your soccer journey, right? Because obviously, when you look at the name, people might not realize you're an American-born soccer player. I believe you were born in Wisconsin, if my research was correct.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yeah.
You've played in the New York City FC organization, and then you made some trips over to Europe, I believe Estonia, Greece, Norway. What is it? What has that journey been like? Just maybe to share with other young soccer players that might have that similar transition or journey through soccer, playing as a youth in America, maybe joining MLS or USL early on in your career, and then making this journey through maybe not the most popular of countries or the destinations that people have in mind when they're thinking of soccer. What was that journey like for you?
Yeah, starting off from college, I went to a small D1 school, University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee, and
Go Panthers.
Yes, go Panthers, yes. And I was lucky enough that I got scouted and was able to get drafted by um,
We've lost Vuk.
Ooh, I think we lost Fook there. So hopefully we can get him reconnected on here. Definitely, I'm so interested in that journey because when I was looking at the history of where he played, we may have him back. Let's see if we have him back.
Second.
He's back.
Yeah, it cut out for a second. Yeah. So I was lucky enough to get drafted, and eventually signed with New York City, and I was there for two seasons. And the first year, I was actually a part of the team that won the MLS, which was really crazy to be a part of. And then after those 2 years, uh, I had an option at the time. It seemed good for Estonia, the best team in that league. The goal was to play there, be a part of the team that was going to be doing qualifications for European competition, and go from there to see what happens. But unfortunately, I got injured very early on into the season and just didn't recover properly. Um, Part of that was poor treatment on the injury and getting rushed to play. It wasn't a good combo. And then I ended up leaving. Like you said, I went to Greece, and there that injury carried over, and it led to a fractured leg. So I was out for that whole year. I was out basically 8 months out of the year, almost not, yeah, 9 months out of the year, which was unfortunate. But my time in Greece was very cool. In Athens, lived there for 9 months, got to know the language, the culture. It was a really cool experience, and I enjoyed it. And that team was fighting for promotion. It was in the second tier. We were fighting for promotion, but unfortunately, we couldn't push the last 5 games of the season to get in. But it was a really cool experience. And then Norway, it was also a second tier team, and there, being in Norway, it was I like the culture and how much they love soccer there too. And being there, the people were very accommodating as well. I mean, I have only positive things to say about my experience. Unfortunately, the injuries didn't help. Who knows how it could have ended up if I didn't get injured? But injuries are a part of any sport. So
Yeah, Vuk, love the story, and I think we got to finish it off. What circumstances led you to ending up in Orange County with a 25-day contract that became more of a permanent move?
I mean, I was looking for a move to come back to the States. And this came up as an option. And they said, "Hey, 25 days. Would you be willing to take it?" And I said, "Yeah, sure. I'll take it. And if I do well, I believe I'll stay here." And luckily enough, it all worked out that I got a contract after those 25 days. And I mean, I'm glad it worked out because I really like the stadium. I like the guys. Everything about it here is really good, and the fans too. I mean, I've seen some of the atmospheres. I'm not ripping on other USL teams or anything like that, but really, like it's the stadium is great. It always looks full. I mean, and it's a really good soccer environment to be in.
Awesome, love that. So one of the questions I ask players who come on the show for the first time is, you know, who do you base your own play style off of? What games out there do you model Mr. Latinovich's game off of?
I mean, it depends. I mean, originally I wasn't really a defender when I was growing up. I was more of an attacker. Like in my youth days up until I was 18, I never played defense, never even thought about defense. Then as I got a little bit bigger and grew into my body, I moved further and further back. But in the beginning, I always loved Zidane and Steven Gerrard. Those were my two idols growing up, but primarily Zidane. Um, Especially 2006, that World Cup, that was like heart. That was heartbreaking when he got that red card from the headbutt. That was, I remember, yeah, I remember tearing up watching that one just because, like, if you, in my eyes, if he would have won that World Cup, arguably best player to play. I don't know. At
Awesome.
that time, at least.
That just reminds me of this one video I remember seeing of the English team, and it's like they're asking the players, what was your first ever role? And other than the goalie, it was like out of 20 people they asked, like 18 of them were strikers. So it doesn't surprise me that you also started off as a striker. I believe
including Colin Shuttler.
Yeah.
Ray wanted to jump in for a quick comment as well.
It was a very similar comment to yours, Brad. I think the combination of like Sports Center, obviously, what do they show? They show the goals. They don't show a great defensive stop when it comes to soccer. They show a good headed goal, a good bicycle kick, a blast from outside the box, right? And like Brad said, most players, youth, what do they want to do up until maybe age 10 to 12? They want to score goals. That's all they care about. That's all that matters. So really quick, you said you got bigger. That's when you sort of got into defense. When did you realize and I'm going to give it back to Brad and Larry, but when did you realize defense was just as important as scoring the goal?
I mean, I graduated high school in Serbia actually, so I was a part of the youth system there, and I played in the highest youth level in Serbia. And my first coach there, he was all about offense. It's okay, stay up, don't worry about defense. I got a new coach, and right away harping on me like, "Oh, you don't do a good enough job tracking back. You're too lazy." And so his harping, even though he still kept me as more of an attacking midfielder kind of role, him harping on me really opened my eyes up basically. That I had to be more involved even as a 10 on and at that age at the defensive level. And then when I came back eventually for college, I moved into defensive midfielder role, and there it's primarily playing simple on the ball and being there to help the center backs and the defensive line.
Vuk, I can completely relate with wanting to score goals as a youngster. When I, oh, wait a minute, I forgot. I did not grow up playing soccer. I have never played a single game of organized soccer in my life. But I have so much respect for you guys who can do it, because it amazes me every single time. And I wasn't kidding when I said you can jump. That is like crazy. Tom Brewitt, Ethan Zubak. I mean, the old joke, white men can't jump. You're some white dudes who can jump, so that's very impressive. And I do think that you are going to get a goal, if not this weekend, sometime very soon, and it's going to be that header.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming. I can feel it. I can just feel these things sometimes. Now, where were you right prior to the? Were you still in Norway when the Orange County contract came?
No, I was already back in the States. I was with family.
Okay.
My parents in Milwaukee, and was waiting for something to happen, and this offer came through. So came down here a couple of days, and that was the offer, and I took it. I mean, I wanted to go for it. I really liked it. First impression was great, so I wanted to see it through.
And nobody in ML and USL Championship has a fan base quite like Orange County Soccer Club, especially the County Line Coalition. The guys down there behind Shuttler, behind the goal, making all the noise. I mean, these guys are crazy and they're having fun. And I know that you are becoming very popular with them. You've been paired up with Tom Brewitt for most of this season. How is it playing next to Tommy? How well do you guys communicate? How well are you guys working together and meshing so far? In your opinion, how do you feel?
I mean, I feel like we've been pretty good together, and we're both vocal in communicating with each other, and I think we're both on the same page as well when we play. We have an idea of what our tendencies are now, so I feel comfortable with him, and I think he feels somewhat comfortable with me next to him. So I think I enjoy playing next to him as well.
Yeah, we're really liking Tom, and we're really liking the combination of the two of you. And one thing that you are going to learn about me as you get to know me and you watch this show, you're going to realize and understand I know nothing about tactics whatsoever. I am all passion. That's it. That's what Larry does. That's what I'm here for. When did you realize? At what point in your life did you realize, man, I'm pretty damn good at this. I might be able to actually get a paycheck to play soccer, for some time in my life. About how old were you when you started to kind of maybe feel that?
I mean, it was everyone who plays soccer always has the desire to play professionally. You see guys on TV. It's always a dream to play and be on TV one day. But the can't really say the first time. It was always a desire of mine to play professionally, but maybe the first time I realized that, like, wow, maybe I can do something, was probably when I was playing youth soccer in Serbia, and I was playing against some of the guys that were already playing first team minutes, and they were playing to get more minutes. They were playing with the youth U19 teams, and I felt pretty comfortable playing against them. And I saw their level, and then I watched them when they play with the first team squad, and it gave me a sense of belief that if I could play at their level, that I could maybe one day play professionally. And then I eventually got called up to the Serbian youth national team pool, and that was by then I felt like if I work hard enough, I could do it as long as there's an opportunity presented to me. And there's always luck involved with anyone who plays professionally. So I was lucky enough. I worked hard enough to get the opportunity, and I took it. So I'm everyone's grateful to be playing professional sports. I think it's the best job in the world. You can't really complain about it.
I never got that opportunity because I was a baseball player and I wasn't really a very good one. So I'm a little jealous. I'm not going to lie. Producer Andy wanted me to ask a question of these center backs, and we're going to include Nico in this because he's played a little center back this season as well. Who is fastest?
Out of Nico, Tom, and myself,
Yes,
probably I would say Nico.
Well,
Nico.
Nico's faster.
Well, actually, we can throw Ashton in there as well. He's
I was
playing
going to
center
say,
back.
don't forget Ashton.
Don't forget
I was
Ashton.
yeah Nico. I would say Nico probably
Okay.
still.
Got it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I got one last question for you. Actually, two. Has your wife been able to join you? Is she here with you in Southern Cal?
No, she's in Serbia right now. We're undergoing the green card process.
Okay.
But we actually met. She went to Marquette University.
Nice.
If you know Milwaukee Panthers, you know Marquette. Yeah,
Of course.
yeah. So she played tennis at Marquette University, and that's how we met because Marquette and UWM are 10 minutes from each other.
Yeah.
Met through a mutual friend, hit it off right away, and I told her as soon as I either get a job or sign a professional contract that I was going to propose to her, and that's exactly how it went down.
That's awesome.
But yeah, we're just undergoing the green card process right now, and then as soon as that's done, she'll be here with me in the States.
Great. I hope that happens soon for both of you. So now hold on. Now we've got a Division I college tennis player. We've got a Division I college soccer player. What sport is the kids going to play?
I would love tennis. I don't know. I like tennis a lot. And she was a very good tennis player as well. Back in Serbia, she was part of the junior Olympic team and won 3 national titles for tennis. So she was very good. She's humble about it, but she was very good. So I think that would be a very good coach to have. And tennis is a very nice sport, especially in the future when we have kids. I think tennis for girls is a great sport, especially.
Hey, if you ask Pete Sampras or maybe
Well, the best player in the world right now, Novak Djokovic, one arguably best tennis player of all time from Serbia.
yeah, he's he might say it's a pretty good sport for men as well.
Yeah,
I think so.
No, if it's soccer, well, I would like soccer no matter what, girl or a boy. But I don't know. I like the idea of tennis.
It's a great game. Okay, one last question. This is something that we ask everybody who comes on here. In the locker room, when somebody's getting on the ox, who has the best and who has the worst taste in music on the team?
Well, I don't know anyone that's had that bad of music where it's like turn that off. The guy in charge of the Ox is usually Tom. He has good music. Haggard puts good music on too when he's in charge of Nico. Uh, Liam has good music because he listens to Serbian music as well.
Okay.
Yeah, there hasn't been anyone that's been playing that bad of a selection of songs where it's like, hey, this guy needs to get off Hawks.
I was gonna say, does Liam have like the Euro techno pop stuff that you see on all the highlight videos for soccer players on YouTube? Is that Liam's taste of music?
No, I mean I don't know. Him and I when we've been in the car together, he's been playing Serbian music. So I don't know. I just base it off of that. I figured, yeah.
Awesome. I think Brad's camera went out, but I think he potentially is still available to talk. Brad, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. You guys can hear me okay?
Yep. Go for it.
All right. So, follow-up question. I know we ask a bunch of silly questions. One of them we like to ask is, what is your favorite vegetable and how do you prepare it?
Favorite vegetable? I mean, I wouldn't prepare myself if my wife or my mom can make it. Steamed broccoli. Steamed broccoli, probably favorite vegetable.
So you're not a cook then, Vuk?
I can when I have to be. I can be when I have to be.
Oh, that's funny. Let me do this. We've been over the past, I guess, this season, a little bit last season, we've been doing 10 quick this or that questions, typically a little theme behind it based on who our guest is. So I have 10 questions. It's one or the other. First response, quick response. Are you ready for this, Food?
All right, let's do it.
All right, so let's get this up. And this is all courtesy of Google Gemini because I just type it in there and it gives me these questions. This or that, sharp cheddar or creamy mozzarella?
Mozzarella.
All right, brie or blue cheese?
Brie.
Grated Parmesan or melted Swiss?
Parmesan.
Smoked Gouda or aged provolone?
Those are like my two favorite. I don't know. Smoked Gouda.
Feta or Gruyere?
Always feta.
Always feta. Cheese as a snack or cheese as an ingredient that's part of a bigger dish?
I mean, both. I don't know. That's like cheese as a snack. Let's go with cheese as a snack.
All right. A cheese platter with various textures and flavors or one specific cheese that's your favorite?
One specific cheese.
All right. Spicy pepper jack or Monterey Jack?
Monterey Jack.
All right. Here we go. Cream cheese on a bagel or cottage cheese with fruit?
Cream cheese on a bagel for sure.
All right. Yeah. Cheese with wine or pairing it with beer instead?
Beer.
All right. So I don't know, Avu, can you guess what the theme was?
Wisconsin,
of this particular
for sure. Like, yeah, right away.
Cheeses.
After the second cheese, I was like, okay, yeah, this is Wisconsin.
When I learned you were born and you played youth soccer in Wisconsin for a minute, I'm like, hey, we got to go with the cheese theme for this because
there are a couple of Wisconsin things that a lot of people don't know, like cheese curds. Have you ever heard of cheese curds?
Oh yes. You fry them?
Yeah.
Deep fried cheese curds with some ranch or something?
Frozen custard.
Frozen custard's good. It's a good thing.
Yeah, frozen custard. What's another one? I mean, Wisconsin's known for their local breweries and stuff. Like they have maybe 100 local small breweries there. I mean, it's pretty amazing. Beer and cheese. Yeah, you hit it right on the head.
Yeah. And sometimes you can even mix it. You could do a beer cheese, and you have that with your pretzel or something like that. Yeah. There we go. Right. Oh, we'll have to get Vuk on for a Wisconsin lesson on food or whatever, right? Because he seems to know quite a bit. Is there a specific frozen custard place back in Wisconsin that you recommend people?
Yeah. On the south side of Milwaukee, it's called Leon's Frozen Custard. It's Leon's or Kopp's. I always prefer Leon's. Leon's is the one. It has one spot. Kopp's has three in the Milwaukee area, but I always prefer Leon's. It's old school.
There we go. And then being now that you're in Orange County, do you have any local business? Doesn't have to be custard because I don't think there's many custard options here in Orange County. But do you have a local place that you like to restaurant or shop you like to go to and support?
To be honest, I haven't done too much exploring. I'll have to start doing that. But no, are there any spots that are recommended?
Larry, do you have any recommendations for frozen custard in Orange County?
Yeah, for frozen custard,
or for cheese curds.
Yeah. You get to be my age, and lactose isn't necessarily a good thing for you. So,
I will say, I mean, you mentioned when we said wine or beer for the cheese pairing, there are a lot of great breweries in and around Orange County, even near the stadium itself. There's some really good breweries as well. Obviously, Left Coast is a big one there. There's Gamecraft in Mission Viejo, and there's actually quite a few down in like the San Juan Capistrano area that I've been to. I can't remember the names off the top of my head. And then I think there's a few over by Angel Stadium too. So I mean, if you like beer and you want to go do some brewery tasting, there's some good places around here. You can pair it with some good feta because apparently that's your cheese. I don't know how
always
feta and beer
Yeah,
would
that
go.
was from being in Greece. Always feta.
I don't know how feta and beer would quite go, but hey,
probably not great, but still.
Well, Vuk, I want to say thank you so much for taking some time to speak with us tonight. Do you have any last message to the fans as you all are preparing for the match against Phoenix and hopefully starting a nice run for the second half of the season?
Just, I mean, we all appreciate the support, home and away, and we'll do our best, get that clean sheet like you guys were talking about, and obviously do our best to get the 3 points on the road.
Perfect. And I so wish this just came to me. So I so wish I last minute with Larry just sort of praising you so much about you are some white men that could jump. I wish my this or that would have been foods that start with the letter Q. Ladies and gentlemen, defender for your Orange County Soccer Club. Do you know Vuk, do you know a food that starts with the letter Q?
No, I can't think of.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That is so.
Quaha.
Yeah, quinoa. There you go.
Okay,
Yeah.
Quiche.
Yeah.
Your defender for Orange County Soccer Club, Vuk Latinovich. Vuk, best of luck this weekend against Phoenix and for the remainder of the season. I hope we get to talk to you again soon.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Thanks, Vuk.
Awesome. Thank you so much.